I grew up in Waterville, which is a small town in southern Minnesota. My parents are Bob and Colleen Warnamundy. I have a younger brother, Steve, and a sister, Bridget. My mother graduated from MSU in August of 1991. From the time I was a sophomore in high school, I knew I wanted to be an interior designer, so I looked for colleges with interior design programs. I actually did my first 2 years of undergraduate at a college in Milwaukee. After going there for 2 years, economically it didn't make sense to continue at a private college, so I started looking for colleges closer to home, and ultimately chose Mankato. In my transition from Milwaukee to Mankato, I had taken a semester off. So I took as many classes as I possibly could at the same time I was working nearly full-time, trying to accomplish getting done in 4 years. There were a couple of professors that stood out for me. One of them was Michael Lindstrom. He had a true passion for design, so he came with that, bringing that to all of his classes. He was also the first professor I had between both colleges who emphasized the importance of presenting yourself. So not just presenting your education or your talent, but actually presenting yourself. And that's very important in the design fields. They look at the way you're dressed, the way you act, the way you behave, in order to entrust you to be able to design their home or office spaces. Another one of the professors that I remember is Scott Fee. When I first transferred to Mankato, he had just started. I think it was within his first year of coming to Mankato, and he had just left Centex Homes, which was a good, relevant experience and recent experience to bring into teaching. He motivated me to concentrate on gaining as much from my construction classes as I was able to gain from my design classes. Coming to Mankato, I got the great experience of having the construction end of the program. Knowing that the construction management portion of the program is still going is great, and I was able to learn a lot from my classes and certainly use that in my career today with the construction documents that we need here as a glass fabricator and manufacturer. I'm certainly proud that I was able to turn an interior design degree into a career. I started as a design specialist for Viracon in 2005. I was promoted to an associate role, which meant that I was able to travel throughout the country and meet with architects and help them design their buildings. And then at the very end of 2011, I was promoted to the architectural design manager position. The role I have here at Viracon is when a building owner decides they want to build or construct a building, they hire an architect to design the building. So I'm involved in helping the architects select glass for the buildings, and then travel throughout the U.S. to give them architectural presentations, help them maintain their continuing education credentials. It's great to really go to the field and seeing the buildings constructed with our glass is fantastic. I certainly didn't think I would end up in Minnesota, but I'm glad I'm back. My family is close by. That's great to have them all close by. And then certainly my husband. I'm very fortunate to have him in my life and certainly can't thank him enough for everything he's done to support me in my career. The biggest thing Mankato taught me, or the time I spent at Mankato taught me, was gaining balance. I learned how to find a balance between school and work and then just living life and doing everything at once. My main advice would be to remain flexible. I think my career path has certainly not been typical, and most interior designers wouldn't go the route I went, so being flexible has taken me down an extremely rewarding path, and just being open to that flexibility has been very important throughout my career. I also think hard work pays off, so the more you can do, it's going to pay off in the end.